Hey, what's up, world? What's up? Well, that pretty much summarizes everything. I just felt like making a quick video because I enjoy reviewing cell phones. And if you're into phones like I am, then you're probably either caught between Apple or Android, or Samsung or Apple, or whatever it is. And if you're curious to why you're torn between these two, it has to do with software and hardware. And the reason Apple phones are so reliable is because they only make phones with their software. The hardware is matched by them to their software. It's exclusively Apple. It's actually part of their business model. That's why they have their own plugs, their own you can only use iTunes, etc., etc. It's been that way for a long time with Apple. They always, but the advantage of this is they have full control and that's why Apple phones usually run with less hardware, but at the same time perform just as well. It's drivers. Drivers are the language between software and hardware. So anyways, today we're talking about Android phones and that's one of the reasons why Android phones get such a bad reputation, is because the software is open. It's free for these developers to work on, and they can pretty much use it. You can't just take Android and put it on a phone. You have to write the drivers for it to communicate with the hardware. So if you don't have the money and resources to make good drivers, you're just making a budget Android phone, with minimal hardware, you're going to have bugs and issues, and they might not ever be addressed because it's money and resources. That's why Apple's products are so reliable and so successful, or so reliable and so predictable. So one of my when it comes to Android, I actually do not like Samsung. To me, Samsung is quirky and overpriced. I like their TVs, I like their laptops, but their phones, it's like they make Android worse. If you honestly know Android and you like Samsung phones, you should get a Pixel. You should get the newest Pixel, either a 5 or the upcoming 6, because Samsung just it's a money. I see it as a money chase with Samsung. They're not trying to make the best product. They're trying to sell the most phones, which results in a worse product. Whereas Google and Apple, Google itself, the Pixel line of phones, is more aimed at a good product. They have plenty of time and resources to develop a good product. And but what I'm talking about today is actually a Chinese company, which is so cool, and I have a lot of love for the Chinese. And it's a company called OnePlus. And if you need a new phone, or you want to get a new phone, and you have the time and money, go get a OnePlus phone. The one that's filming right now is a 8T Plus. It's very similar to the OnePlus 9, which just came out. I don't really see a need to get the 9 when I have the 8T Plus. And the reason why, the Chinese just really stepped it up very, very much so, because it's an affordable phone. It's got 12 gigabytes of RAM, which is more than enough to run an actual tower computer and laptop. It has one of the nicest processors out, and not only that, they paired Android with their hardware choice almost seamlessly. It's pretty rare. Android almost runs better on this Chinese phone than it does with an actual Pixel. And this phone, the 8 Plus T, it's like having a laptop, except you don't have a keyboard, you don't have all the browser, the desktop features that come with a desktop computer. But in terms of like processing power and hardware specifications, this is like a computer, which is, and the screen is nice. I mean, this is like a big, in my opinion, this company OnePlus, in terms of technology, is like a huge step for the Chinese, going from price, going from like the progression from price of labor to product quality into terms of like a high quality product. And but the focus of the video is not the 8T Plus. It's actually the this is the Nord 100, and in my hand in front of me, featuring Brand New's album cover. And the Nord 100 has a much lesser processor than the 8T Plus. It only has 4 gigabytes of RAM compared to 12. In my opinion, you need at least 6 or 8 to really run Android 11, the latest, like really, really good, you know, a smooth. But in terms of just having a phone, for having it for maps and music, and for what it's not as a, it's like having a race car versus a taxi, you know, function versus, you know, entertainment. And so that being, like, you can go to Metro by T-Mobile today and get a month of service, a brand new phone out the door. Basically costs like $80, or maybe give or take $10, depending on who's serving you at the Metro store. And I wouldn't pay, if it's over $100, and you need to ask for, you know, a manager or someone, because it should only be about, basically you get a brand new phone with a month of service for $80 from Metro. And this is a really, really nice phone. It's built well. It doesn't have, if I was to make it perfect, I would add more RAM, but it's a budget phone. And as you can tell, Android runs very well on it. It's a little bit slower than an iPhone 11, but it's pretty much the same if you were to get an Android iPhone 11, this would be it. Except the actual iPhone 11 is a little bit faster than this phone, because it costs more. But for $80 to get a month worth of unlimited service, unlimited data, unlimited texting, unlimited talk and text, get a brand new, this is it. The camera is it's a 12, you know, 3 lens megapixel. The screen is decent. I haven't had any major issues. I can do everything that is a necessity. Maps, music, you know, finances, logging into bank stuff, all that. The screen resolution, I mean, I'm not going to knock off any negative points, because that's not the point of the video. Is to be a shout out for OnePlus for building, like I said, the phone that's filming is one of the nicer models, and for the price range, I mean, Samsung's phone costs $1,200 or $1,100, whatever, and I've never had an Android phone that I thought was as cool as this one, the one that's filming. Funny little side note, and then I'll get off everyone's case, is that the Nord 100, which is in my hand, N100, whatever it is, Nord 100, it actually has a little bit bigger battery though than the nicer OnePlus 8T, and but it balances out, because it doesn't run 5G. It doesn't have a nicer screen, and it doesn't have all that extra hardware, which definitely uses your battery like no one's business. So this phone lasts a really long time. It has no problems loading stuff, or like I said, doing maps or music. So for an emergency phone, like if you were going on a road trip and you had the money to do it, you could go to Metro and get $80, get a month of service, a brand new Android phone, which is actually really nice, and you could have a beater phone just on the road, and it will last. You don't have to worry about, you know, maps or date or music or any of that. So, giving a full shout out to Metro and OnePlus and the Chinese for really stepping it up and delivering. That's why I have that, which kind of ties to the front, is I have so much love for the Chinese, because to this day, they are still doing price, offering really good products at a good price for America, for us Americans. And that'll be about it. I still love Apples. I still love Androids. I don't have a iPhone right now except for an SE. And so yeah.